Okay guys, so we are back, and what I wanted to basically show you was the finished product of what you should have before you get ready to go out and plant your seeds. So here we are, and this is the garden, my garden layout. As you can see, I have the 2 rows by 10 and the 2 rows by 8, right? This is supposed to be, it should be 9, but don't worry about that. I'm just crazy. I scribbled that out, but I actually have the stuff in there. So my garden is 2 rows by 8. It's 2 rows by 9, but I'm leaving this space out because I'm going to plant flowers in that part. So I'm not going to use this section of my garden. So we're basically working with 2 by 8. Now what you see is, now that this is the first part. Now, and you're asking, okay, what are all those numbers? Okay, so the numbers played a correspondence with your key, right? And this is the key. So I'm going to do 2 sows because they're in the south, and it's March. Today is March the 20th. So basically near the end of this month, I'm going to plant out my first set of seeds. Really the end of this week. The day is the 20th. The weather should be getting a little bit better, but it won't really make a difference. The stuff that I'm planting now in this first sow can be planted this time of year, and it's fine. So I'm doing celery, broccoli, cabbage, parsley, corn, peas, scallion, carrots, onions, and squash. And yes, I know that is a lot. 10 vegetables. I'm hitting them hard in the head because why not? Let's just give it a try. So another important thing that you also want to do is you want to number them, each one of your numbers. So for peas, right? Peas is number 6. So I go over here and I look for, where am I planting my peas? Okay, my peas are going to be planted here. Peas, and each peas, according to our handy dandy list right there, you can have 8 peas in 1 square foot plot. So number 6 represents the number 6 of the peas on the list, and then 8 represents how many seeds are going to go in that space. Got me? And you can see it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how you put the seeds in the ground. Or if it's 4, you do 1. Let me focus. You do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'm trying to make sure I keep it focused for you guys. All right, so I'm going to do a quick rundown. Right here, 13, number 13 is lettuce. I had messed up. I missed 1. That's why I say this has to be accurate. Each number has to match up with what it is. Because if I'm your next process, you're going to need this. This is going to be your blueprint once you go outside to go plant. So mine is pretty big. This is going to be my second sow, which will come like in probably the last part of April, maybe May. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get these in the ground this week. So like I said, celery. Let's go to number 2. Let's see, broccoli. Okay, so we go to this and we find the number 2. Number 2 is broccoli. 4 represents how many broccoli seeds can we have in a plot? Let me let it focus. There we go. Well, you can see that. It's 4. 4 broccoli seeds in a plot. So that's why we have the number 2, which corresponds with number 2 on our sow chart. Number 2 right here. And anywhere that I find 2, I know that that's broccoli. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to mix and match your vegetables and stuff throughout your garden. So I know anywhere that I see number 2, that's going to be my broccoli. Okay. Now, after I decided, I selected where everything was going to go. Another important step is when you're sowing your seeds, you need to know how many seeds you're going to need. So it's important to write down each set of seeds and how many you're going to need. So when you're taking them out to germinate them. Some because we're going to pop them. Some of them we're going to pop in the house, and some we're going to just put directly in the ground. But these seeds need to be, we're going to prep our seeds, and I'm going to show you another video on how we do that and keep everything separate, neat, and in order. Okay. So this is once again the layout of the garden that I'm going to do. And your paperwork should look very similar to this. You know, you also, like I said, I use my garden companion to know which vegetables would be cool to plant next to each other. So each one of them is according to the space is supposed to be. Notice up here, 16 is watermelon. You see how I have watermelon in 1 square foot by itself. It actually takes up 2 square feet by itself. And I have each one in its own space. Okay. So that's very important. I left a little bit of space, the plots open, so I can plant flowers to attract the bees to pollinate the vegetables and stuff in the garden. So this is the layout. And like I said, this is how you want it to go. I am doing 20 different types of vegetables. I'm going to do some fruit. I already have a few of them working in a pot. I'm not going to plant in the ground as of yet. I'm going to let them build up in the pots. So here we go. And my next video, I'll come back and say, once you get this all laid out and your paperwork is ready and good to go, then we're going to go to our next step. Okay. All right, guys, you take care. And if you have any questions, queenfromcreation@gmail.com is a great way of getting me. It goes right to my phone and I'll respond ASAP. Shalom.